Nicole here, and I just wanted to get on here and talk to you about today. Today is the new year on the Hebraic calendar, 5786. Happy New Year. And it is also Yom Terua, the day of the trumpet. And I want to talk to you about that. The day of the trumpet, which is a shofar. A shofar is made of a ram's horn, and it makes a piercing sound for the purpose of jarring you awake. It is the time or the season to become awake or to wake up. And it is also the season of teshuvah. Teshuvah means to return. It is time for us to become very reflective and to become more aware of God. When we are more aware of God is when we realize that we've been in disagreement with him. And we need to kind of realign ourselves with the Lord so that we can become in agreement with him. We need to come into agreement with the Lord. And so this is what I want to talk to you about. And I'm going to start off by reminding you of the importance of agreeing with God. Sometimes we can hear what the devil is saying, or hear what somebody else is saying about us, or hear what the culture is saying about us, but are we hearing what God says about us? And are we agreeing with what God says about us? So here's a song I want to sing to you, and it's called I Agree. I'm singing just a little bit of it. Everything God says about me is true. I believe, I agree. Everything God says about me is true. I believe, I agree. Do you agree with everything that God says about you? This is the time to examine that, because sometimes we think we do and we don't. We're not, our life is not demonstrating that we agree with what God said. We are paying attention to what the culture is doing. We're paying attention to what we believe in our own understanding is right, but we're not really taking the time to see what God is saying about a situation and then choosing to agree with that. I believe that this is the time for that song, which is coming into agreement with God, is like we're returning back to God. That's what teshuvah is, and this is the season for teshuvah, to return back to God. Let's talk about Yom Terua a little bit, okay? Because Terua, again, Yom means day. Terua is the sound of the trumpet. And the sound of the trumpet, or the trumpet, is what God told his people to create, to make a sound, a certain sound that is intended to jar you awake. So the question is, are you asleep? I mean spiritually. Are you spiritually asleep? Spiritual sleep looks like a lot of different things, and I want to talk to you about what they look like, because as I've been looking them up, I realize I've been awake in some areas and I've been asleep in others. But I'm here to encourage you that God designed within his system, and within his system of organizing things, or his system of government, an appointed time of year where we are all called to return back to him, to listen to the sound of the trumpet, or God's spiritual alarm clock, and to wake up, to become spiritually awake. And that is what today is. Today is Yom Terua. It is the day of the trumpet. Okay, the day of the trumpet blast.